Yeah, isn't it wild?
Hey everyone, it's Logan and welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. So today I am here with my best friend, Alex. So a little while back, I got the opportunity to go out on Alex's boat and we went swimming with a tiger shark, which was so cool and I really wanted to share it with y'all. So we went out to Challenger Bank where we were looking for tiger sharks and possibly dolphins. Sorry if you can hear my dog, she's just running around. But we were also gonna see if we could possibly see dolphins. We ended up not seeing them, but we did actually see them on a different day.
Yep. So Challenger Bank is one of the two fishing banks here in Bermuda. We have Challenger Bank and Argus Bank, and that tends to be the spot where you can find the bigger tiger sharks here. You don't tend to find them inside the reef line, so we go all the way out there and we bring this big marlin head and chuck it in the water and chum for a really, really long time. And sometimes you get tiger sharks and sometimes you don't. About 50% of the trips we get tiger sharks, but we got lucky enough and we got a tiger shark.
Yeah.
It just took a really, really long time.
Yeah, we started chumming at about 2, which if you don't know what that means, we're kind of trying to stink up the water and trying to attract the sharks to the area. So yeah, we started chumming around 2 p.m. and the shark didn't come until about 4. So after about 2 hours, the tiger shark eventually came and it was so cool when we first saw it. We were all on the boat when Alex spotted the shark. Yeah, we just started screaming and we were hugging and it was so exciting. So
we gave it some time to get a little bit comfortable in the water before we jumped in, because even though they're a very big predator, they still get pretty scared by us and they're very apprehensive and it takes them a little while. So we just gave it some time to get comfortable and realize we weren't gonna hurt it before we started jumping in.
So we were actually with the shark expert here in Bermuda, Choy and Alex. So he runs the Bermuda Shark Project, which we will talk about more later on. And he's been studying sharks for
12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
He really knows what he's doing when he's swimming with these sharks.
Yeah, so it's awesome being with an expert. You definitely feel a bit more comfortable in the water. And it's awesome also when he's talking about all their behaviors, and it really helps us to kind of learn more about the species.
No, you're right. It was just in the way of this. So.
So the tiger shark was 9 feet long, and one thing that we noticed was that it had a slightly deformed jaw. You'll see in the video that its jaw kind of hangs down a little bit, and it actually also has a tag in it. And it isn't one of Choy's tags, it was actually put on by somebody else. And Choy actually saw this shark 4 years ago and it already had a tag in it, this tag in it. But the tag hasn't been transmitting for over 4 years, so we have no idea who put it in or when. The shark was super chill. We got to spend 2 hours in the water with it. It didn't cause any problems.
Yeah, it was so cool. Throughout, we were making sure that we also stood our territory as well. So when we were out there, there was almost an invisible line drawn between us and the shark, which they kind of draw that themselves, so we don't pass into their space and they don't pass into our space.
actually very curious animals. They're not at all very aggressive at all.
Yeah.
As long as you leave their food alone, they're cool.
Yeah, you give them their space, you leave them their food, and you don't go trying to punch them in the nose, which is kind of
And as long as you stand your ground, that lets them know that you're not food, because if you think about it, they spend all day swimming around in the ocean and everything is swimming away from them. So if you all of a sudden come out of nowhere and you're just standing your ground, they might be a little bit scared. Why is this random animal not swimming away from me? So that makes them think that you're actually not food.
which also increases your safety. So if you ever see a shark out in the wild, stand your ground.
Don't splash.
Yeah, don't splash or swim away frantically.
Don't do what food would do. So tiger sharks are obviously a type of shark that's found in Bermuda, and actually tiger sharks migrate up from the Bahamas to Bermuda in the summer, then they go back down to the Bahamas in the winter. So mostly male tiger sharks are found here in Bermuda, and we think that's because the pregnant females tend to stay down in the Bahamas so that they can give birth to their babies, and the males come up here because the pregnant females obviously probably won't be strong enough to make that big journey all the way up to the north.
So tiger sharks are found in tropical and subtropical waters around the world, and the average adult size is around 9 foot long. So it was cool that we actually got to swim with a 9-footer because
big, full adult.
Oh yeah, that's a full-grown adult, which is just so cool and so crazy.
So we mentioned before the Bermuda Shark Project, which is run by Choy and Alex, and that is actually run to try raise awareness about sharks in Bermuda, and they've been studying them for 12 years and tagging adult sharks. I think they have 40 adult tiger sharks tagged at the moment. And now the next focus point is juvenile sharks. So 4 juvenile sharks have been tagged so far, and they're just going to continue doing that to find out what the juvenile shark population is doing here in Bermuda, since we don't see them too often, but they seem to be coming up quite a lot when people are fishing. So trying to figure out where they're coming from, because we don't think they're coming up from the Bahamas since they're too small to make that journey.
So here in Bermuda's waters, we don't just get tiger sharks. So we get Galapagos sharks, blue sharks, mako sharks.
And we also get whale sharks, great whites, and hammerheads. So there are quite a lot of sharks here. Don't listen to what people say about there are no sharks in Bermuda.
Yeah.
There are sharks, we just don't see them too often.
Yeah, because they live mostly outside of the reefs. A little while back, a couple hammerheads were spotted a little bit closer inshore, but they were just really calm and nothing really bad happened.
And this summer, a whale shark and a great white shark were spotted out on the fishing banks where we were, but we didn't get to see them, unfortunately.
Yes. Which would be cool to see them, but
it's fine.
Okay, it's fine.
At least they're out there.
These are absolutely gorgeous animals. However, many shark species are endangered. Over 100 million sharks are killed a year, especially due to finning, which is where the sharks are collected and their fins are cut off and then they are thrown back into the water. This is for fin soup, which is a popular meal, especially in Asia.
Check the ingredients on a lot of like beauty products or food products that you buy, because oftentimes shark products are put into them without us knowing, and they use sometimes disguised names so that people won't know that it's shark products. So just be very aware of that, because sharks meat is actually quite bad for you because it's got high levels of mercury in it. So you don't actually want to be eating it anyways.
And sharks are very important to the ocean's ecosystem. So they help to maintain the balance in many different marine ecosystems and environments around the world, and are essential to the survival of our oceans.
So although people don't like them too much, we actually really do need them to keep our oceans healthy, because we need our oceans to survive. So even though if you don't like them, just keep your distance and keep in mind that when you're going into the ocean, you are really going into their territory. So they have every right to come up and investigate you, but if you stay calm and don't freak out, they will most likely leave you alone.
Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And just remember that sharks are not the enemy, and that, you know, they're absolutely amazing, agile animals who deserve our respect.
Just a reminder that we did all of this thanks to Choy and Alex, who is an expert on sharks, and he knows everything about their behavior. We wouldn't recommend just going and jumping in the water with sharks without knowing what you're doing. Although they are not aggressive animals, there is still a certain level of danger when you're jumping in the water with them. So you should really go with somebody who knows a little bit about what they're doing.
But yeah, I mean,
we just wanted to say a big thank you for taking
thank you
us out.
so much, Choy. If you are watching this, thank you so much for the incredible opportunities. I know he's done a lot of things with Alex, but he's also, in the 2 opportunities that I've gotten to go out, we've also gotten to see dolphins, which was amazing as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Choy, for the opportunities and for teaching us about these amazing animals
and getting us in the water with them.
Yeah,
at 18.
yeah, just giving us these incredible opportunities. So thank you so much, Choy. Bye. I hope you enjoyed.